unboxing experience. You've seen the power supply in all of its minimalistic glory. I've talked about the made in Japan awesomeness and Murata sending probes to space. Personally, I'm going to wait for the Johnny Guru review. They have told me that they're going to send one to him. I would highly suggest, if you are genuinely interested in this power supply, that you wait to read that, because you will probably be even more interested once he explains all of the awesomeness in greater detail. Thanks again to AMD for sponsoring our CES 2017 content. Their new Vega GPU will introduce a new memory architecture that supports high bandwidth cache. To learn more about Vega, visit ve.ga and also check out After the Uprising on YouTube, which we have linked here.
Is someone injured? Right away.
We are at CES 2017, and here at the HyperX Suite, so we'll be looking at the RGB memory modules, which are probably the most interesting just because they actually synchronize with the board, unlike everything else where it's a fixed color. So we'll be talking about those, some new peripherals, things like that. Before getting to that, this coverage is brought to you by Thermaltake and their Core P3 enclosure, which is wall mountable and works as a test bench. So for the memory that we have, that's the first thing to talk about. This is a Predator kit of RAM. It's looking at something like second half of 2017. So it's a bit out. We don't have a price yet or anything like that. What we do have is a functional demo. And you may have seen our Z270 board reviews for Gigabyte, where they had the RGB lighting effects and the software, the RGB Fusion software. That's at work in some of the boards here. This is an ROG board. So it works with Asus, MSI, and Gigabyte as of now. And what happens is basically the memory synchronizes, at least somewhat in this demo, to the motherboard. So there's some latency here. It's all prototype right now. That'll probably be resolved later. And in terms of software support, you just go through the software as normally for the motherboard and tune the color of the LED, or if you want, as is going on here, a color cycle. Other than the RAM, there's of course other RGB peripherals, as everyone has right now. And we've got the FPS Alloy equivalent here, or the follow-up rather. This was the RGB version of the keyboard. If you saw the FPS Alloy in our PAX coverage, that was a $100 keyboard. It at the time had a single switch, so it was a Cherry MX switch in blues. Now there are blues, browns, and reds. The RGB keyboard here also is blues, browns, and reds using the Cherry MX RGB switches. And I don't have a price on this yet, so also TBD. But you know, it's an RGB keyboard, so we'll have more coverage if there's anything more to say about that. Price, don't know. Switches are all known and trusted, so if you like the switches, then you'll probably like the switches on the keyboard. Those don't really change much. In terms of features on the board, it's a pretty clean layout, so it's not going for the gamer, garish aesthetic, and kind of reminds me more of Corsair in terms of simplistic metal-based designs. And then finally, or well, second to finally, we've got the Pulsefire mouse. So this is HyperX's first mouse endeavor. This uses a PixArt 3310 sensor. I don't have too much in the way of specs yet. I do have a price on this one. It's a $50 mouse. And it's pretty simple. It's got two buttons on the left side, so two thumb buttons, and a middle button up here for DPI, which I just gave the camera the middle finger, I guess. Oops. Then the LED in the scroll wheel, which actually is kind of interesting because if you're using an optical scroll wheel, it can cause some interference, but a lot of the manufacturers who do that end up using a mix of optical and mechanical.
Right away.
And then for the headset, there's the new Cloud Revolver S. So if you saw the Revolver in our CES 2016 coverage, I believe, this is a follow-up to that. This one's got a large condenser mic on it and does not fold, but it's pretty flexible, so you can bend it to your face. And then the only thing really worth note, immediately anyway, is the Dolby Surround inline dongle. So this is a 7.1 Dolby setup. It's no software required. There's a hardware switch, push the button and it turns on or off. Pretty straightforward. And we've talked about this technology before with previous headset reviews. It does tend to vary a little bit in terms of quality with implementation per headset and game. So we'll have to test it more in a review or something to actually talk about the quality. But in terms of game support, it just depends on what you're playing. So that's the main thing. It is detachable, the dongle, so you could plug in or you can ditch it I think that's pretty much all there is to talk about for this. 50mm drivers. We'll have some photos and additional spec sheets in the article linked in the description below. As always, Patreon link, the post-roll video helps out directly. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.
Right away.
Hey everyone, we are at the Corsair Suite at CES 2017, continuing our coverage. For now, we're focusing on the Vengeance RGB memory kits. They have a lot of stuff here. I'll have an article with everything in the description below if you're curious about the peripherals, the chair, things like that. Before getting to the memory, this coverage is brought to you by CyberPower and their Cyber XL gaming PC, which has an invertible motherboard layout and some other cool features. You can learn more in the link below. Getting to the memory. So this is a continuation of the Corsair Vengeance line that we saw at Computex, but now they've gone full RGB, like everything else in late 2016 and apparently 2017. These are the single color LED kits that we have seen previously. They come in red, white, and blue, and the RGB kits are next to them. The difference here from other RGB kits that we've seen is that these are controllable through software. So we previously talked about the HyperX memory that is just coming out of the Predator memory. That is also RGB, but that's controllable and synchronizable through motherboard software, so that relies on Gigabyte, Asus, and MSI. In this instance, Corsair is using their own software, the Corsair Link software. It's on its 4.5 iteration now. It's been out for a while. So you go through the Corsair Link software, you can configure the colors, the pulse, the modes, all of that stuff as expected. The main thing there that's probably worth note, at least from when I was looking at it, is you can select groups. So there's a drop down that shows all the different memory modules that are connected to the system. It works with Z270, Z170, X99, all that stuff. It shows the drop down with the memory modules, and you can go through and select different modules with a simple checkbox and set them in a group. So if we wanted to, we could configure one of these in one group, one in the other group, and they would have different lighting modes, forward or backward, whatever functions you want. They don't presently synchronize with motherboards. It is something that's being looked at. That has to be worked through with the motherboard manufacturers because this goes through the SM bus to communicate anything that's necessary. We were asking about possible links with the existing SP and HD type products where Corsair already has RGB LEDs on the market, and that's another one of those maybe being looked at but not right now because there are some latency challenges, which makes sense because when you're not going through USB, which would be a lot easier to do, you're limited by other factors in the system. But for now, it's RGB LEDs. They're controllable through software as stated. I don't have SKUs, I don't have prices. It will probably be something like 3,000 and 3,200 megahertz kits for the baseline, but for anything else, we'll have to come back later. So that's coming out later this year, and check the link in the description below for other Corsair coverage. Thank you for watching, subscribe for more. I'll see you all next time.
Welcome to Engadget's 4th annual Best of CES Awards, the only award show that really truly matters, Christopher.
It feels like we were here yesterday.
I know, but we're back. I am your host, Michael Gorman, and joining me tonight, our executive editor, Christopher Trout. How are you, Christopher?
I'm doing all right. I got some champagne. Saying that slowly because it's been a long day.
That's right, and a long week, but we also have our other little robotic assistant here, Curry the robot.
Say hello, Curry. Oh, you can't. But she
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah, she can still emote, which is good. Okay, tonight we're going to be awarding the finest products to be found at CES 2017. Very exciting.
We will also be drinking all of the champagne, and I'm sorry that y'all can't partake.
So, let's get this party started.
Sounds good? Tonight's first award is for Best Accessibility Tech, and the nominees are Will Model M All-Terrain Wheelchair, Dring Smart Cane, Era Assistance System for the Visually Impaired, And the winner is
Right away.
The Will Model M.
Unexpected appearance by the Will Model M, but here it is. Will the wheelchair be accepting the award tonight, or one of you will? It's nice to see these things in action. Go ahead and take your photo. I'll get out of your way. Curry's really feeling this one, by the way, guys. Thank you.
Here we go. It's a dope wheelchair.
Right? I mean, it looks great. You want to get this
Okay.
moving on?
Yes. While we wait for Will to finish up, our next category is the best startup, and the nominees are the 7 Hugs Smart Remote, the IRA Assistance System for the Visually Impaired, Amber Agriculture's Grain Silo Monitoring System, and the Ant Energy Power Bank. And the winner is Amber Agriculture.
I hope y'all aren't bringing a giant agricultural
Yeah, we don't have room
machine
for a
up here
grain
for
silo up
us.
here, y'all. Do we have Amber in the house?
Just humans, no machines this time. I don't know that a grain silo would have fit up here, and I don't know how
Oh.
well it would have photographed either.
Yeah. Transporting those is a tricky situation also.
Not the most photogenic of devices.
Congratulations, guys.
The next category is for the best digital health and fitness product. These are products that keep you healthy and fit,
Gotta stay fit, y'all. It's important.
as the name would denote. And the nominees are the Willow Smart Breast Pump,
Right away.
Plume's Flow Air Quality Sensor, the Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed. I really wish I was in one of those right now.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
And the Fisher-Price Smart Cycle. And the winner is Willow!
Willow!
Hi, congratulations.
Next up, we have the best wearable. It's a very hard category to understand. It's stuff you can wear.
On
And
your
there's a lot
person.
of great stuff.
Or
that
your
you can wear.
robot.
Yeah, that too. Okay. The nominees are the Misfit Vapor Smartwatch, the Willow Smart Breast Pump, the Everlast and Peak Boxing Hand Wrap, and the Casio WSD F20 Android Wear Smartwatch. That's a mouthful.
They usually are.
Yep. And the winner is Willow, once again.
Encore!
Dial it back up.
You're piling up like Mariah Carey on Grammys night. Well, yeah, that was a unfortunate mistake. We'll take a drink every time you come out. The next category is for best automotive tech, and as we've seen at this show, it's a huge category that just keeps getting bigger.
So big, it's not even all just cars. It's a little bit more than cars.
And we are going to have a car come up here, so you guys are going to have to wait for about half an hour.
Yep.
Maybe a couple days.
It's a forklift.
Airlifting
It's
it
a whole
in.
situation.
And the nominees are Honda's Riding Assist, Honda's New V, is that right?
Yep, you got it.
Chrysler Portal, and the Toyota Concept I. And the winner is Honda's Riding Assist. Get it, Honda?
Way to go, y'all.
I was joking about the car. Sorry, guys. I know you wanted to hang out here with us for a while longer.
All right, next up, we have the best home theater product.
What might that be?
I don't know. Let's find out. And the nominees are Sony's HT-ST5000 soundbar, the Mohu wireless antenna, Dish's Air TV, and Razer's Project Ariana projector. And the winner is Dish Air TV. Seems like Dish wins something every year. Well
You know,
done.
we're
Well
used to having
done.
them up here on the stage. Welcome back. Yep. Yep. The next category is Best Connected Home Products. This is a product that connects your home to the Internet of Things.
Or to other things.
It's all about things in this
Connectivity.
category.
Yes.
And the nominees are the 7Hug Smart Remote, Emotech's Ollie Machine Learning Assistant, very emo,
Emotion.
the Whirlpool Zero Food Recycler, and I want one of these for my home,
Yeah.
and the Mattel Aristotle Virtual Assistant for Kids. I'm a little concerned that kids have personal assistants these
Man,
days.
but they need them too. Kids got stuff happening, man.
I would like to see a stage mom robot someday.
Yeah, someday, maybe.
A little bit more terrifying.
Helicopter drone mom situation.
And the winner is the Whirlpool Zero Food,
Food recycler. Well done. Do we have Whirlpool in the house?
Come on down, Whirlpool.
No.
There we are.
Hey.
I'm gonna be photobombing. Thanks a lot, guys.
The next category is a very broad one. It's the best innovation, parentheses, disruptive technology. It's a big bucket. It's a big bucket to fill. And the nominees are Honda's Riding Assist technology, the Razer Project Ariana, and LG's OLED W Series TVs. Who do we think won?
I could tell you, but why don't we do it together?
Okay. And the winner is
Honda's
Riding Assist technology.
Dang.
That's two.
I'm looking. This is looking like Adele though on Grammy's night. They got a lot of fans. Whirlpool does.
It's something they
Paparazzi
should be
popping
proud
off like
of.
crazy.
Yeah.
And the next category is the most mobile of our categories, meaning that you can take it with you. Not really.
Non-sedentary devices is what we're looking at.
It's tablets and phones, y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
And the nominees are the BlackBerry Mercury, making a comeback, Asus's ZenFone AR, the Samsung Chromebook Plus, that shouldn't be a mouthful, but it is, and the ZTE Blade V8 Pro. And the winner is the
Asus ZenFone AR. Do we have?
Yep, right over here. Curry approves.
Congratulations. It's a very nice phone. Okay, next up we have the best TV product. We all know TVs are a huge deal at CES. This is something we look forward to every year.
This is, as someone reading off of a teleprompter, the hardest of the categories to call.
They are. Usually the names are real good, so let's get to them. The nominees are LG's OLED W Series TVs, Samsung's QLED 4K lineup, the Sony XBR A1E OLED.
Come on, Sony, with the
Yeah,
naming.
they're killing me. And Amazon's Fire TVs, made by multiple manufacturers. And the winner is the LG OLED W Series.
Thank you, LG, for
That is a
naming
beautiful
that simply.
television.
Very intense music for the TV screen, for an intense TV. Our next category is for Best Gaming Product, a category that I am intimately familiar with.
Yes, you love to game.
Yep.
That's all you do.
And the nominees are the Razer Project Ariana, the Rocat Cone.
Rocket.
Sorry, guys. Cone EMP wireless mouse, the NVIDIA GeForce Now game streaming service, and Liquid Sky free-to-play game streaming service. Couple of those here tonight.
Streaming games is a big deal now.
And the winner is
Razor's Project Ariana.
Some serious faces on these Razor guys.
Yeah.
Very serious business over there in that gaming company.
Gaming is serious business. But now we're on to the best offbeat product at CES. And the nominees are L'Oreal and Withings Kerastase Hair Coach. That's a smart brush, y'all.
You could use one.
Yeah, I could. Only I don't need it. Anyway, Fisher-Price's Smart Cycle, the Popeye e-ink backpack, and the Love Box.
Very intimate device.
It is. It's a very sweet little box. And the winner is Fisher-Price's Smart Cycle.
And yes, I have been photobombing all of the pictures. You guys will see me creeping in the background. Next up is one of our lighter categories this go round. It seems that people maybe aren't as worried about doing it themselves these days.
Not as so much DIYing happening at CES.
Yep. But we are here to present the best maker-friendly tech. And the nominees are XYZ Printing's DaVinci Nano 3D printer and the Lego Boost.
Gotta love Legos.
You know?
Except for James True, he hates Legos.
And the winner is the
Lego
Boost. Come and get it, Lego. Oh, and you got the products. Very simple getting it up here, too.
Next up, we have the category that's nearest and dearest to managing editor Dana Woolman's heart. We're talking laptops and PCs, y'all. It's time for the best PCs, excuse me.
Keep it
Personal
PC.
computers. I'm having a hard time here. The nominees are LG Gram 14, the Samsung Chromebook Pro, the Dell XPS 13 2-in-1, and HP's Sprout Pro G2, repping the desktops. And the winner is the Dell XPS 13 2-in-1.
This guy came prepared just in case it starts to snow on stage. Gotta stay warm. The next category is a very special category because both of my co-hosts here are robots. I know he looks really realistic, but
Welcome to the
this one's
Uncanny
got all the
Valley, everyone.
brains.
It's
So,
not real.
The best robot or drone. And the nominees are the PowerRay underwater fishing robot, UFI's Draco HD racing drone, Alarm.com's very terrifying drone-based security system.
They're coming for you, a
You
swarm
do-
of them.
You do not want to meet this
Yeah,
thing in a
dude.
dark alley.
No, not at all.
And, of course, our robot co-host, Curry.
Good luck,
Best of
Curry.
luck.
Good luck.
And the winner is
UFI's Draco HD. Sorry, Curry. Maybe next year.
You're a lovely robot, Curry.
Yes.
It's just, you know,
And
people
now,
love the drones.
now it's the moment you've all been waiting for.
Oh, you're going to shut up now.
No, definitely not. It's time for the best of the best. It's Top Gun time, y'all. The device that won the whole damn show, that is CES 2017.
Serious business.
Yeah, are y'all ready for it? Yeah, I can tell everyone's super excited. Let's get on with it. And the winner is LG's OLED W Series. It's a hell of a TV, y'all. Well done, LG. Do we have? Are they still here?
Yep, they're coming.
Here we go. Bringing it back.
Coming up from the back of the building. You have room for all that stuff in your hands? I wasn't kidding about photobombing these. You're gonna.
Yeah.
I know that we've already said this. This is actually the last award, and definitely not the least important.
Absolutely not. It's the most important to the people.
It's also one of the most predictable awards of the year.
Indeed.
It is our People's Choice Award.
Yeah.
And if you've been here before, you might know what to expect.
Yeah, or the year before. Or the year before that, even.
And the winner is
Razor's Project Ariana!
And these guys
The people
get
love Razor,
real
y'all.
pumped. They won't bring the product on stage, but they will bring their entire crew.
Very proud
Yeah.
to win the people's
Squad
respect
goals.
and love. I hear you.
Thanks, guys.
Well done.
Oh wait, they gotta get a couple more in.
Yeah.
Y'all, we got a show to do here.
It's okay. We can just stand here in the background and
You know?
chit chat with Curry.
Where we usually are.
Yeah.
The wind beneath
Well done,
everyone's
man.
wings.
Yeah. We can handle it.
Thanks a lot, guys.
It's not our first rodeo
Congratulations.
either. Okay, that's a wrap, folks. Thank you to all of our nominees, and of course to our little friend Curry
You're
for
a lovely,
being
lovely
so
robot.
damn cute and helping us look good up here on stage. That's it for the Best of CS Awards 2017. Thank you, and good night.
Welcome to CES In Depth. This is a very special edition. It's the last edition for CES 2017. Can't tell you how good that feels. I'm Brian Cooley, joined again by CNET Senior Editor, my personal physician, Scott Stein. Happens to be an anesthesiologist, which tells you enough about my life. We've been in Las Vegas for, don't worry, the joke's over after this. You can go back to normal
I feel like
life.
I want to go to sleep.
We've been in
Yeah,
Las
that's
Vegas for
basically-
5 long days. And today we reveal our top picks for the best products of the show. These are the ones that won us over here at CES, but that have real legs, not just gee whizness to them. So we can do this a year from now and look at it with you when we come back here next January and say, you know what? Those products all did pretty well. Now, after wandering the halls, taking briefings in lots of strange and sometimes bad-smelling hotel rooms, and out in parking lots even, we are now here to distill it all for you. First up, laptop, Scott, and we have Dan Ackerman here with us.
Hey, hi.
Mr. Laptop.
Mr. Laptop.
And you are sitting in front of the most amazing, this is not 3 discrete monitors, this is one unit.
This is one laptop. This is the Razer Project Valerie, and it's a concept piece. It's a prototype, and it's a big 17-inch gaming laptop, and the lid is extra thick because there's 2 extra monitors inside, and the way it would work in a final version is you'd press a button or use a software command, and these 2 screens would come out from the side and arrange themselves, and you have a multi-monitor display built into a single laptop.
That's pretty amazing.
It's pretty wild. It's got a NVIDIA 1080 in it, so high-end graphics. I played some games on one of these the other day, and it played a game just fine, and you just have this gigantic, super wide view of what you're playing.
You know, this is the closest I've been to it so far, so it's actually really cool to see how the
Yeah.
screens work. It reminds me very much of the Razer laptops, but with that added. It was funny, at the show, somebody was mentioning how they immediately thought it made a lot of sense to them, and then at first I saw it, I thought it was crazy, but then, yeah, we're connecting monitors all the time. You're connecting tons at the lab, and you're doing multi-screen gaming. There's those setups, and maybe it's an alternative to VR.
And you know where my head went on this, which is odd? Being a non-gamer, I looked at this and thought, if they did a little more articulation of those screens so they could also have one of them fold back all the way, it becomes a great business tool. So you can do a quick PowerPoint at a conference table with people you do an ad hoc meeting with. Just putting that out there, Razer. It's not your core market by any stretch, but you know, it's an idea.
You can put your email on one and a spreadsheet on another
Oh,
and a
yeah.
photo editing thing on another.
Yeah, great machine for not just gaming, but everyday use. I mean, people think three monitors is some huge luxury until you use them, and then they become indispensable.
Just don't unfold this on an airplane, especially without the extra legroom.
They'll make you buy an
let's
extra
say.
seat.
Yes.
Believe me. Yeah.
I want to see that with like peel-off OLED screens that become like the wallpaper.
Oh, see, now
thing.
you're really going
Like
out.
bend
They're all
and
wireless.
twist. Yeah.
You stick them where you want them.
Like a sheet of Post-it notes. You just kind of.
That's the line of CNET working for you. Now, here's another one, Dan, that you brought over, and let me get this guy back awake. This is the Dell Inspiron i5 7000. Do I have that right?
It's run 15 7000.
15. There's a weird space there. Okay.
And this is the opposite of that. This is super, prototypey, concepty, high end. This is super practical. You can go out and buy it, if not now, very soon. Very inexpensive. It's Dell's basically entry-level gaming laptop, and they added a little bit of gamery flair to it. There's some red highlights to it, and they've got the new NVIDIA 1050 graphics card, which is their new part. It's mainstream. It's their kind of less expensive one, but still really good. And they packed that in there with a new 7th gen Intel Core i5 chip for $799.
Really?
And if you want to go get a gaming laptop that'll play pretty much any new game at pretty high detail levels at full 1920 by 1080, and you don't want to spend more than $800,
I want to turn around here. It looks so badass from the back with these.
it's pretty much an
with
amazing
it chiseled
value.
it, and they got the cooling outlets here.
Nice.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a budget laptop, but it's so much less expensive than that level of performance last year would have been.
And they mimicked what a lot of car designers do these days. This looks like the exhaust outlets on a lot of hot cars. There's no way that's a coincidence. Very cool.
Of course. And they bring up a lot of stuff from the Alienware and the XPS lines, the more
course,
high-end
yeah.
lines,
Yeah.
and they bleed it into this Inspiron line, so it doesn't look like your budget mid-price laptop.
Yeah, it looks like
there's a
a
touch of
really
that.
nice build quality. Feels nice. Okay, good. Laptops were actually pretty exciting at this show.
Yeah, a lot of cool gaming stuff, which I always like to see.
I know. Thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you. All right.
Good deal. All right, Dan Ackerman there getting us excited about laptops in two very credible ways. One, futuristic, prototypical, don't know the price yet, really want one, and the other one, a great value, ready to rock,
right now and available, so it's great.
and way under 4 figures. Love that.
Practical.
Next up, TVs. LG really wowed us. That means him this year, as well as me. But Scott Stein's been in love with the product we're about to show you now. Our own Brian Tong, the inimitable BT, is standing by at the LG booth in the main hall here at CES to tell us all about the LG W7. For the first time at CES, the show is about a thinner TV, not just a bigger TV. BT.
You've heard about LG's W7 OLED TV, this wallpaper TV right here, ad nauseum here at the show, but every time we see it, we do not get tired of it. This thing is still just amazing. It is the most beautiful TV we have ever seen during the entire course of CES. And again, right, this is their wallpaper TV. It's 2.57 millimeters thin, and then to really add a structure to it, right, they had to get that frame on it. That made it 3.88 millimeters. Now, in a second, you'll see it peel off, right? We have this ribbon. There you go. That is your TV. You can put it on the wall with magnets. It only weighs 18 pounds. Even my scrawny little body can put this up on a wall, right? You don't have to mount it anymore. Have it connecting down to the soundbar on the bottom. Dolby Atmos soundbar. This television supports 4K, HDR, Dolby Vision, HDR10. This is the TV to get, and really the standard that we're going to see. It's set the bar now for all television manufacturers moving forward. This is the hottest thing here at CES. I love it so much. And again, just look at how beautiful that thing is. There's a reason why we have called this the best thing we saw. And again, LG dropped this on day one, the first keynote of the show. So I'm going to throw it back to you guys. You guys can gab a little bit more, but the one thing that I want to leave the show floor with is this guy.
BT, thank you, man. $8,000 we've learned will be the price. Now, that's for a 65-inch, I think, and they make several sizes. I think they make a 60, 65, and a 70, if I recall. They have a few in that large size range. Not cheap.
No, but actually not, in a way, not as super expensive as some people might expect. 8,000 is not ultra insane, it's just insane.
Yeah,
it's in the
1%,
normal insane.
But it's not prototype pricing.
Right, no,
it's not $30,000.
Yeah, it's real product pricing, and I don't know, maybe it's just because I hung a TV in my house recently, or I didn't. I had someone else do it.
That's the key right there.
Yeah, and it was like 40 pounds, and you have that pass through, and you have to deal with it. Although I had a Samsung one, the little breakout box, but not as nice as that.
But you got to find a stud to mount the mount thing on.
Right.
Get the screws in just right, and that holds a lot of people back from doing a really elegant mount of any TV they buy. They end up often using a table stand because it's just easy, or they have to hire someone for a couple $100 to come in and do all that work, which is an impediment. This kind of thing here, that magnetic background frame where it just clips onto the wall, and from what I can tell, you don't need to find a stud. You just put this thing onto a sheetrock wall and just click.
I think
love
it'd be
it.
really interesting to even imagine that in smaller sizes. Like, we didn't even talk about that, but what if you start making monitors and other things that you just, stick on walls?
Yeah.
So then you put something at the office or you're traveling here and you just, create your little space, stick things on the back of an airline seat.
There's a market for that too.
Yeah.
And we are, oddly enough, with all this talk about Finitons, we're leaving out the image quality, which is OLED.
And that, which is amazing.
Oh yeah, it's as good as a TV gets. This is the son of the best TV we've ever reviewed.
Yes.
The current LG, or the best TV that we like right now, the current LG OLED. This is just more amazing and dramatic. So it's coming off great DNA and great lineage. Let's continue.
I'd be afraid of bending it, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't tweak it too hard.
Yeah.
Once you hear that little crack sound, you go, uh-oh, there goes 8 grand.
That's true.
Staying with LG for a moment, they had a new refrigerator as well, the Smart InstaView fridge, a follow-on product to last year's, which had a, remember this video door that you could knock on and it would suddenly go clear?
Right.
They've really supercharged the information abilities of what goes on when it's not clear and it's an actual interactive screen. And we kind of rolled our eyes a little bit about the fact that they went to make it WebOS.
Yeah, it's been coming back all the time, and we were joking, like, WebOS, here it is in the
can't kill
fridge
it.
now.
We can't kill it.
It's going to be in a family member next, some sort of robotic dad with
Qualify for
WebOS.
benefits,
Yeah.
that
Wherever
damn-
it might be.
that damn WebOS, it won't
It's
go
true.
away.
It's going to get custody or something,
Right.